Now the question is, are we seeing the same trend in eastern Idaho?
So joining us now is Kim Rangel with the Ruth House shelter in Idaho Falls. Are we seeing more women and children in the shelters here locally?
Yes.
What are some of the reasons behind that?
I think a lot of it is domestic violence and women being released from prison, getting their kids back, needing shelter, and loss of jobs.
Have you seen an increase, a decrease in the requests for assistance?
Yeah, we get calls all day long for people needing shelter.
Now, Kim, you've actually experienced this. You know what it's like to be in the shoes of those people who have been homeless. How scary is that? How helpless do you feel at that time?
You feel very hopeless, and it's very scary to check into a shelter. You don't know what the outcome's going to be, and you don't know what your future has to hold.
A lot of uncertainties, huh? So a lot of us think that when a person comes into a homeless shelter, you feed them, maybe they stay the night, but you're seeing a lot of unique needs that the shelter provides for these families, for these women and children. What are some of those needs that we might not think of off the top of our heads that the shelter needs?
Formula and diapers for the children. We rarely get children's clothes, so we could use more of those. Household items, toilet paper, paper towels, garbage bags, cleaning supplies, hygiene, stuff
Those
like
kind
that.
of things.
Some of the things that a lot of times we don't even think about, we just use and buy, are things that are desperately needed at the shelter. If anybody would like to donate some of these items, what can they do to make that happen?
Well, there's staff at the Ruth House 24/7, so they can just drop it off there, or they can call the Ruth House and set up a time to drop it off.
Very good.
Now, the Ruth House and a lot of other homeless shelters in the regions are supported by grants and funding. Have you seen those grants kind of slowly kind of go away a little bit?
Yeah.
And how do you compensate? I mean, how does that affect you?
We're nonprofit, so our donations, a lot of people support us with money donations.
So then is a money donation preferred, let's say, over someone bringing over a box of diapers, because then you can buy whatever you happen to need at that time?
I don't think money's preferred over that. I think whatever people are willing to donate is acceptable.
Okay.
It's appreciated.
So your organization helps families basically in crisis. Is there a situation, what happens if, let's say, law enforcement contacts you and says, we need to get this lady, this woman, this child out of this situation? That can be very upsetting. How do you approach it with the children, and how do you help explain to them what's going on?
Well, you always introduce yourself and just kind of share what the program's about and kind of tell them the rules, what's going to happen, and that I think the staff at the Ruth House always lets every resident know that we've been through things in our life too, and we're there to help. And whatever we can do to help, we will.
If someone is in crisis and they need some assistance, do you have a number that they can call?
Do you want the number?
Yes, please.
522-1751.
Very good.
All right,
Kim, thank you.
Thanks.